When solving quadratics that just have one kind of y and then that's squared, we're going to use all of our old-timey Algebra 1 skills to help us solve this. By which I mean we're going to do order of operations, but we're going to do it in reverse because we're undoing things. And the goal is going to be to try to get this y squared to be by itself on this side of the equation. So if I look at order of operations in reverse, the first thing I want to do is see if there's anything to add or subtract. Adding 8 to both sides would be a great way to start this problem because it would let me cancel this stuff off. The left side would still have a 5 left and a y squared, and of course the right side will be whatever 32 plus 8 is. This is where some people might start to make the first typical mistake. Should I divide by 5 right now, or should I square root? Well, if you're thinking about doing order of operations in reverse, the answer is pretty clear. We've already taken care of addition and subtraction. The next thing I'd want to do is get rid of any kind of multiplication or division, because I'm doing all this stuff backwards. That means the next step here is to divide both sides by 5 before I take care of the exponent. That's done. I can cross this off my list. The left side now is y squared, and 40 divided by 5 make 8. The last thing to do now is continue up the list and see what's going on with those exponents. If I want to get rid of a squared, the opposite of squaring something is square rooting. But you do have to keep in mind, there are two different ways to square a number and get 8. Because a positive times a positive is positive, but so is a negative times a negative. So when I take the square root to think about what's squared to give me 8, I've got to keep in mind that it could have been a positive value or a negative value for that thing. So this would be a pretty good answer, except for the fact that this 8, there's a perfect square divisor of that 8. So if you think back to the stuff we started with, simplifying radicals, I've got to think about this list and see which of these, if any, goes into 8. Of course, the 4 does. So I'll have y equals plus or minus the square root of 4 times 2. I'll then square root the part that I can to give me plus or minus the square root of 4 is 2, and the root 2, I don't know what that is. This would be my final answer. And it all comes from just doing order of operations in reverse and relying on skills from section 2.1. Good luck moving forward, and be patient with yourself.